Well, all right. You know, many years ago, I'm mixing a show in Queens, New York for a Bollywood type show, and it's an Indian group, Indian variety show, and that's what it's all about. You know, when you're a front of house mixer in New York City, you gotta be able to mix all type of genres of shows. You know, if you're just a rock mixer or you just mix country music, you're just gonna be out of work and not working if you don't have the versatility to mix all kinds of different kinds of music and have that knowledge base. You know, now part of the thing about being a mixer, obviously, is the balance of things. Having the balance in the right order, putting the vocal where it belongs, the instruments behind it. I'm sure everyone's been to a show. The guitar's too loud, I couldn't hear the singer, I couldn't hear, you know, that's all about the mix. You know, bringing the whole balance together. And it's a delicate balance when you're doing a show that is not a full-blown loud-ass rock show. You know, when you're doing a loud rock show and everything's loud on stage, the sound system gets on top of it and overpowers the stage volume and overpowers the audience. Now, when you're doing like any kind of, I would say ethnic show, but a show that, that does not require punishing the audience with volume, you know, you can have a nice listening environment, then the last thing you want is something loud on stage overpowering everything, right? Because that is going to ruin your mix. And it doesn't matter what me, the mixer, is doing, turning up or down out the front of house, if there's some asshole on stage with one thing louder than everything else, then you can't get on top of it. And that is always a problem. You know, so I'm doing this show and, you know, what's on stage is, you know, there's Indian drums and different kinds of drums and different kinds of string instruments, and there's sitars and there's all this, and there's a couple of drummers, and then we have one electric guitar player for this show. And this guy, I don't know what his mentality was, but he thought he was Jimi fucking Hendrix. He thought he was like the star of the show, and he was wildly inappropriate in his behavior and his actions on the stage, and certainly his volume. He had a combo amplifier, and he must have had his knob turned all the way up because it was overpowering everything in this theater. And I've got the promoter standing next to me going, "Please, sir, you must turn down. Guitar too loud." I'm like, "Hey, listen, I will turn it down all the way and it doesn't matter. He's too loud on stage. Somebody needs to go up there, somebody needs to approach him and tell him, not ask him, tell him to please turn down his guitar. That's gonna make everything better." And you know, there's people in the audience turning around looking at me like, it is not like everyone is noticing how inappropriately loud this guitar player is, right? So they sneak up on stage, you know, and somebody hands him a note, and you know, he looks at the note, crumbles it, and threw it to the ground, and kept on going. Now I get on the intercom, and I call the monitor guy, who's mixing monitors on stage. I said, "Listen, man, you got to go out there and tell this guy to turn down." End of story. I mean, I have a microphone in front of it, and it's turned, but the microphone's turned off, right? His volume is just washing over everything and literally ruining this show. So the monitor guy goes out there, you know, sneaks out there, whispers something to him, and the guitar player literally pushed him away, right? At that point, I had it. I had enough of this bullshit. So, you know, I wasn't having it. I had enough of this Mickey Mouse shit. I left the front of house mixing console. I walked right down the aisle in front of the entire crowd. I walked straight up on the stage. I walked right by the guitar player, who was surprised to see me. I walked right up to his amplifier. I looked at it. I found the master volume. I grabbed that knob. I turned it all the way down. I pulled it off and I threw it across the fucking stage. You know, I turned around and the guitar player was horrified. I pushed him out of my fucking way and walked off the stage. and had a standing ovation from the audience. You know, really, really funny. Really funny. This was a whole crowd cheering that I pulled the knob off this guy's amp and threw it into the darkness. Probably shouldn't have thrown it, but that's what I did. I was really pissed, you know. Just saying, man. I'll say a couple things. First off, there's a solution for everything. Number one. Number two, you know where you belong in the mix of it all. You know where you belong in the mix of it all. Don't be that guy. Don't be that loud asshole. It's the way to show everybody what a jerk you are. You know, be a part of the team. Be a part of the show. And that's what I'm saying. When the sound guy says turn it down, turn it down.